On-the-Job Training, Permanent Position by Jordan Buchanan. In this scene, written from John's point of view, John and Laura are relaxing with friends Sherry and Dan, also a dominant and submissive couple. Sherry was on her fourth beer. Her cheeks were flushed and her eyes a little glassy. "Shuffle up and deal," she bellowed. And Laura did. My baby shuffled and dealt the cards out like a seasoned casino dealer. "Oh no, have I been hustled?" I moaned in mock despair, my head in my hands. Dan smirked at me. "You didn't know Laura's a poker ace?" "Nope." "You should see her shoot pool. She used to run the tables at Charlie's bar all the time," Sherry bragged. "Why didn't I know this?" I looked at my crap hand and tried to keep my expression impassive. Laura shrugged. "Never came up before." Dan called for 2 cards and grimaced. The guy either had no poker face or was bluffing. Sherry leaned forward, ignoring the fact we could all see her cards, and asked, "So, how was your trip to the exchange?" Laura cut her eyes toward me, and I nodded. "We had a great time, Sherry," she replied. Sherry scowled at her. "No, really? How was it?" Dan patted his wife's hand. "Babe, you're being nosy." "I am not," she retorted indignantly. "I'm just curious as hell." "And that's enough beer for you," he laughed. "Good thing you're off tomorrow." "Pfft," she snorted. "I'm starting to hate that job anyway." She turned back to Laura. "Just tell me what you thought of the place. And Alex, isn't she awesome?" "She is," Laura replied as she dealt me 3 cards. "She's thinking of opening a club in Virginia." "What? Oh my God, where?" "Near Seaville." "Dan, Dan, Dan!" She waved frantically at her husband as if he weren't sitting 2 feet from her. "Did you hear that?" "Yeah, babe, that'll be fantastic, won't it?" "Wow." She sat back in her chair, the poker game totally forgotten. "Just wow." Laura started snickering. "After all the time Sherry had to drive me home, it's nice to see her tie one on for once." We started shoving coffee into her and half-assed played a few hands before it disintegrated into gossip and sports talk. It was pleasant, though, to be surrounded by friends who weren't involved with the whole Jacqueline fiasco and who'd known us separately for years. Their familiarity with BDSM, well, that was just a bonus. Keeping an eye on his slowly sobering up wife, Dan confided, "We went to a play party over Memorial Day weekend, and Sherry's been pissed ever since." "What happened?" Laura asked, all ears. We shouldn't have gone in the first place. It was hosted by a couple we'd met at one of their miserable munches, but we thought what the hell and took a chance. We both enjoy public play, and it's a long stretch between trips to New York." Sherry plonked her mug down on the table, sloshing coffee over the side, and snatched the offered napkin from Laura's hand. "Some skinny little 24-year-old in nothing but a thong threw herself at Dan. Told him that a younger sub can play harder." Laura gasped. "She didn't!" They had no manners, no sense of dungeon etiquette. It was just an orgy with bondage. Dan reached over and squeezed her hand, smiling at her, his affection for her apparent in his expression. "And what did I tell the little bimbo, babe? No one could ever replace my wife." Sherry smiled and sniffed. "I know, and I feel like an idiot for letting it bother me. Sorry, guys, I ruined the party." "Nah," I assured her. "Everybody here, with the exception of my woman, sucks at poker anyway." Laura rose from the table and began loading the dishwasher and crunching up the takeout containers. I went to help, but ended up enfolding her in my arms and nuzzling her neck. I'm not sure why, but I felt we both needed the physical contact. Maybe I was affected by the sight of the connection Jan and Sherry shared. I wanted that for us. "Hey, get a room," Dan called out. "We will, soon as you leave," I shot back. They took the hint.